Hey guys, welcome back to Mindset Mondays. I'm Neil from BullMacProperties.com, and today we continue the conversation of Bruce Schneider's 7 levels of perception. For those that do not know, Bruce is the founder of IPEC Coaching, which is world-renowned coaching, and they're doing really good things out there. Bruce created the 7 levels of perception, and he writes more about it in his book, Energy Leadership, which I highly recommend you purchase and read if you're looking to take a deeper dive on what we're going to touch upon today. Before we start, I want to go over anabolic and catabolic energy. These are 2 different energy levels that are complete opposites of each other. You want to be operating in anabolic energy. You want to be operating from the I can accomplish this, the positive energy, the I'm looking for a win. I'm looking for the good here. How can I make this happen? The catabolic energy is very draining and contracting. And if you're asking yourself things like, this is never going to work. I like this idea, but it's a bad idea because of this, this, and this. If you're always seeing the negative, that's catabolic energy. If you never think something's going to work out, that's catabolic energy. Shift your energy to anabolic and figure out how things can work. Last week we spoke about the first 4 levels. This week we're going to touch upon the top 3 levels: peace, joy, and absolute passion. When you're operating and resonating from a level of peace, you're looking at things of what's right here instead of what's wrong. You're concentrating on how you can make good happen from the situation that you're in. You realize that situations are just that. They're just situations. It's not good or bad. It's not the world hates me and this always happens to me. It's not a positive or a negative. It's just, this is the situation. I'm just going to deal with it. I'm going to figure it out, and I'm going to continue to move forward. You're always looking for how you can win in the situation. Now, it's a win for you. It's not, when we're talking about wins here, we're not talking about crushing somebody else and winning. We're talking about how we can take a win out of the situation for ourselves. When you move up to the next level, the level of joy, this is really when things start happening. It happens in peace, but in joy, you have that confidence of we always win. And you know you always win because you know you have the ability to take different pieces from different places, put those different pieces together, and create something new. And that's what synthesis is. You go out and you form partnerships. You say, those guys there have the ability to do this. I have the ability to do this. If we combine them, we can move forward much faster. That's what synthesis is. You're always looking at the experience and enjoying that experience. You're not really worried about what you're going to get out of it. You're in the moment. You're living in the moment. You're living in the experience. When you move up to absolute passion, this is a hard level to resonate at for any amount of time. There's no judgment up here. You're creating, observing, and experiencing all at the same time. But the point here is the experience is the payoff. When you're operating with absolute passion, you just enjoy the experience. You're not even thinking about what the reward will be. The reward is the experience itself. So it's hard to operate up here. It takes a lot of energy. It's not something that's easily happening, but you will and can get to this point. The next week, I want you to strive to hit the compassion and peace levels. Now, I want you to do that by doing this. Every time you're in a situation, every time you have to have a response to something, every time you actually respond to something, I want you to see where you're responding from, what level are you resonating at, and how is that level affecting the way you respond to the situation. After you identify what level you're at, I want you to identify how you can resonate from a higher level. So if, for example, my kids, I call my kids for dinner and they take a couple of minutes to come down for dinner, and now I start yelling and screaming at them, I'm responding to them in conflict because they came to dinner late. Maybe I should respond with responsibility and say, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't have called them down when I was physically taking the plate and putting it on the table. Maybe I should have given them a 5-minute heads up that said, dinner's in 5. This way they could take care of what they were doing, finish up what they were doing, and they'd be ready for when I called chow's on. So that's one example. Now I'm resonating from the responsibility level. Well, how can I resonate from the next level? And keep asking yourself that question. Keep challenging yourself to operate at the next higher level. And what you're going to find this does is eventually you're going to be operating, most of your time you're going to be resonating from the responsibility level. And then you're going to be resonating from the compassion level. And then you're going to be resonating from the peace level. And you're going to work your way up. And the objective here is to get to where you're spending most of your day in the compassion and peace levels, not in the victim and conflict levels. Until we meet again, I want you to keep pushing forward. I want you to keep knocking down walls. And above everything else, I want you to be unstoppable.